send over what they talked about, kind of, and then I'll just write up the contract.
Okay. So we're live now.
Okay. So we're supposed to talk about. Let me see. So the first thing is layoff and hiring. Um, and for us, I know this is the most important thing because we really can't help employees if they don't have jobs.
Right.
So I think it's definitely the thing that we should focus on.
I agree.
I don't know exactly how we want to put that in the contract. Um, but it definitely needs to be our main focus, especially if they're kind of just trying to force the older workers out just so they don't have to pay them as much from
Right.
that escrow account.
Right. So, well, they definitely need to put in like a, what was it? A bonus plan.
Oh yeah, like an incentive or something like that.
Right.
Well, and I know in the reading they talked about if for some reason those people do end up having to get laid off or something, that they're put on a list to where when the company does need to hire someone new, then they go to that list.
Right.
Um, kind of because it's kind of a win-win for both. Um,
Right.
the company would get people that don't need training as much, but they would still the people who don't have jobs would still get that employment and that opportunity to work for that company.
Right.
So I think I like the idea of just um, almost laying off people um, going by seniority. So those who have worked the least longest, like kind of the first ones to go, unless there's like like an unusual circumstance. And then I do like that there's a list put in that those who do get laid off can be rehired.
Right. So you think the people who've been there the longest should be laid off first?
No, the people who have been there the least longest
Yeah.
should be
Yeah, I
laid off,
agree.
and then those because they've already been trained and everything, so I think they should then get put on a list.
Right. Definitely.
So I think that needs to be like our main focus and our the thing that would be a little bit of a deal breaker for us.
Okay. And
And
then
then the
what do you,
next,
go
what was
ahead.
that?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead and say what you were gonna say.
I was just going to say, then I think the next one should either be wages or safety.
Yeah. So for wages, I think it's important because um, they they're paying the workers less than they were in the old building.
Right, and they're putting out almost twice as much product.
Yeah, exactly.
So their
So
wages definitely need to be upped.
yeah, yeah, I think it definitely needs to be their previous wages need to be matched, and they they do I think they do need to put in an incentive program to where employees are making a percentage of that profit, that total profit.
Right.
Because I know like kind of right now, the old employees are getting a little bit of money from that escrow account, but that's
Right.
only to match. That's only to I guess bring their pay back up to where it was. And since they're turning a much higher profit, then there needs to be the employees need to be benefiting from that.
Right. I agree.
What do you think would be like a good uh, percentage uh, increase for everybody? Or I mean, do they keep it the same and
What is the
then
current
just
wage
try
increase?
and
I mean, do they increase per year?
what was that?
Are they increasing a percentage a year?
I think they at least need to increase. what they were making in um, the old factory, because um, I don't see why the pay got brought down just because it was a new factory, even though they're turning out
Right, I agree.
twice as much.
And then I think
Uh,
they need to be able to get a percent of an increase every year.
yeah, and I think that increase should come from the kind of the overall profit. They should be getting a little piece of that overall profit.
Right, I agree. So probably like 2.5% of the profit.
Yeah, I would say the the workers split like 2.5% of the profit throughout all of the employees, because there aren't many employees as there were
Right,
before. A lot of it did go to machines, but um, there is definitely that profit that needs to a little chunk needs to be taken out of.
right,
So I think we go with like a at least a match of their current salary, and then like 2.5% of the that profit.
right. And then we think that they should drop it down to 80%.
For the line speed, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, because I think what the employees really want is they're not having a problem turning out product, and it's because the line's going too fast and they're working too fast. Um,
well, and they'll
to where
increase productivity if they don't have so many injuries.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I think even for the company's benefit, cutting back on these injuries will really cut back on the workers' comp.
Right. Yeah, it's going
So
to
I think
save them
that
money.
yeah, so I think that one's kind of a win for win, because a 20% decrease in the line, I feel would be at least equivalent to what a 20% decrease in the amount they're paying for workers' comp.
Right. Okay.
So I wouldn't be I would be surprised um if the safety part isn't agreed on because of that. Um,
Right.
'Cause I think it was like 200 and something employees were getting hurt for every 100
Yeah, and
hours.
they're way above the norm.
Yeah,
So that shouldn't, to me, that shouldn't be a issue. But
yeah. And then the other things were
let's see.
where was it? No, I think the last thing was just the work rules,
Yeah.
which I think it really they need to put some sort of a committee together of just the workers, to where um, the company can get the input from them on how to do it, instead of just the managers, which are kind of out of the loop on
Right. Put a
being.
committee together. I agree with it. They need to have a committee
Mhm.
to
So I think
help with that.
yeah, they just need to get the employees more involved, because they are the ones that are understanding how things are working. Because they're doing it every single day, then they know what's going to work best and what's not.
Right.
Um, so I think just kind of having that committee to kind of make some new guidelines will really go. I think it's going to kind of help everything. It's going to increase productivity. It's going to increase safety.
Oh, yeah.
So I think our biggest things we're gonna have to push and kind of fight for are gonna be the layoff and hiring, and the that wage,
Right. I agree.
because everything else is pretty beneficial to both sides.
Okay.
But I think definitely um, if they don't budge on those two things, the wage and the layoff and hirings, then we would need to consider going on strike.
Right. I agree. Okay,
But
so you're gonna meet. I guess Joy's the leader of the other group.
yeah, either one. And I'm just
Yes.
gonna have them. I'm just gonna have them. Um, I'm just gonna pitch our ideas to them, and then I'll just kind of communicate through email a little bit
Okay.
because it's and then we'll just kind of see what they talked about. Then I'll just put together a contract, and I'll probably
Okay.
still email the teacher saying this is why we don't have a meeting, video of the group meeting, and kind of explain our situation.
Right. Okay. I guess she's ready whenever you are. She said she sent a link. I believe she said she sent the link that I sent, but I don't think so because this is the link I sent.
Okay. Well, I'll try it again. If I can't get a hold of her, then I'll just email her.
Okay. All right. I'll
Okay.
let her. I have Noreen's number. I'll text Noreen and tell her.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Uh,
Sorry for all
and
the trouble.
I'll send you this link to send to the professor.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.